Hello, Dr. Keith Henry here, coming with another episode of the Week in Natural News Review. It is September the 1st, 2019, and again, in this, I take a look at the article came out during the week, or even sometimes that same day, and I give my thoughts on it as a natural practitioner, just to talk and also just to inform you of the article. Maybe you weren't aware of new research that's come out. Again, thank you for joining me. I'm Dr. Keith Henry. I'm a naturopath. And in this particular article that we'll be looking at briefly today is ginger 10,000 times stronger than chemo, Taxol, in cancer research model. Again, this particular article is found at greenmedinfo.com. And basically, it starts off by saying a provocative study reveals ginger contains a pungent compound that could be up to 10,000 times more effective than conventional chemotherapy in targeting the cancer stem cells at the root of cancer malignancy. At the root of cancer malignancy, rather. It goes on to say a study published in PLOS reveals a pungent component within ginger known as 6-Shagol. Again, I tried to find out how to pronounce that word, so I'm going to do my best in pronouncing it. I even looked up to try and put it in the search engine that helps pronounce certain words, and it came back as not identified. So I'm going to do my best in trying to pronounce it. But this 6-Shagol is superior to conventional chemotherapy, according to this article, in targeting the root cause of breast cancer malignancy, namely the breast cancer stem cells. The article goes on to quote a previous article. It says that we have discussed in greater detail in a previous article called Cancer Stem Cells, the Key to Curing Cancer. Cancer stem cells are at the root of a wide range of cancers, not just breast cancer, and are sometimes referred to as mother cells because they are responsible for producing all the different daughter cell types that make up the tumor colony. While cancer stem cells only constitute between 0.2% and 1% of the cells within any given tumor, they have the seeming immortal ability to self-renew. They're also capable of continuous differentiation. They are resistant to conventional chemotherapeutic agents and are tumorigenic, or capable of splitting off to create new tumor colonies. Clearly, the article goes on to say the cancer stem cells within a tumor must be destroyed if cancer treatment is to effect a lasting cure. This is so true. This is one of the things that's ignored in conventional treatments in general. Is, I don't know if really ignored. I guess you could say ignored to the extent that the conventional therapies don't work against these cells, as just pointed out in this article. And whereas typically when you're using natural treatments to treat cancer, it has the ability to shut off those cells, shut off those, if you will, mother cells, and thus provide healing. Now, the article goes on to say that this study went on to point out how this particular component in ginger inhibits breast cancer cells and these stem cells by modulation of Notch signaling pathway and induction of autophagic cell death. Identify powerful anti-cancer stem cell activity in this 6-Shagol, a pungent constituent of ginger produced when the root is either dried or cooked. The study also found that the cancer-destroying effects occurred at concentrations that were non-toxic to non-cancerous cells, which is a crucial difference from conventional cancer treatments that do not exhibit this kind of selective cytotoxicity and therefore can do great harm to the patient. In short, even at high levels, this constituent from ginger, when the root is either dried or cooked, in high amounts, it can kill cancer cells without harming the other cells in the body, which is one of the main problems when you're using treatments like chemotherapy. Chemotherapy does kill cancer cells, but it also kills good cells, and it also can, one of the side effects of chemotherapy is actually cancer. So this is one of the things that you really have to take into account, and this is one of the great benefits when you're under a a practitioner who is knowledgeable on dealing with cancer from a natural perspective. The article went on to say the authors of the study, right here, further affirmed these points. Quote, cancer stem cells pose serious obstacle to cancer therapy as they can be responsible for poor prognosis and tumor relapse. To add to the misery, very few chemotherapeutic compounds show promise to kill these cells. Several researchers have shown that cancer stem cells are resistant to these platinum drugs, cancer drugs, and thus an almost unreachable population in tumors for chemotherapy exists there. Therefore, any compound that shows promise toward cancer stem cells is a highly desirable step toward cancer treatment and should be followed up for further development. So basically, they're pointing out the inability of many of these platinum drugs, these platinum cancer drugs, even to effectively kill off cancer. And this is one of the reasons why we've had cancer for so long and it still has not been eradicated because we essentially are barking up the wrong tree when it comes to that. And so this article, again, I purposely keep these nuggets short, brief, to the point. You can find this article at greenmedinfo.com. It's entitled Ginger 10,000 Times Stronger Than Chemo, Taxol in this particular case, in Cancer Research Model. The author of the article near the end here, I just want to close out with one or two of the words that he points out. He says, unlike modern synthetically produced and patented chemicals, ginger, curcumin, green tea, and hundreds of other compounds naturally found in the human diet have been time tested as acceptable to the human body in the largest and longest running clinical trials known, the tens of thousands of years of direct human experience. Now, I don't particularly subscribe to the tens of thousands of years simply because that's a whole other story. But there are thousands of years. There are thousands of years that these things have been time tested. Our ancestors used them. We've been using them up even to this time. And essentially, when these things are used intelligently, in an intelligent fashion, and are done on a consistent basis with the diet and exercise and all of those things, you will find, it's been my experience, on a very consistent basis, that these natural remedies work, even with serious diseases like cancer. Again, thank you for joining me. I am Dr. Keith Henry. I'm a naturopath. This has been the Weekly Natural News Review of Brief Health Nugget. Until next time, take care. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.